So I'm very happy here and very excited to be talking with my good friend from Lithuania. Her name is Marija Dautartaite. She's a good friend of mine, but she's also an expert, in my opinion, an expert in a particularly interesting and important area that is early childhood development. She has done a lot of work with education, with early child development, and she also spent time in Harvard University, right? And I would like to hear more about that. But first of all, Marija, you and your partner in Lithuania, you are the co-founder of a very interesting information technology platform to deliver early child development intervention to wider audience, bigger audience in Lithuania, and possibly in the Baltic area. So the combination of early child development and technology, that's very exciting. It's called MaMaDu. So
yes.
Tell me about it. What is MaMaDu, and how does that work?
Oh, well, I can talk for hours, Lady.
Sure. Try me.
So at the moment, me and my partner, Anna, we are working on a first early child development intervention in Lithuania and in Baltic states, and it's called MaMaDu. And it's a very, very simple solution to help parents to understand the needs of the young child and to address them in the right way. Right. So MaMaDu, the technological solution behind MaMaDu is not new. It's been practiced in different countries, in the United States, in Mexico, and Brazil. It's sending text messages to parents. Short, very concise, very simple messages about the child development information, about nutrition, sleep patterns, also how to address the needs of the baby and also the needs of the parents, because the parent needs to help the child. So if you look to it, it's very simple. It's, one text message per day, and then you can get additional information and some premium content. But the bigger concept behind this is fascinating. It's not only, getting a text message and reading it. It's about creating a new generation of Lithuanians by building brains. So it's actually a brain building tool, because early child development is about how young children acquire skills that they will use for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
So we know for sure that even in prenatal stage, the brain starts to develop, and they develop up into the early adulthood. But the first critical and sensitive period is from 0 to 3. And this is the time when our brain forms at the amazing pace of 1 million neural connections per second. It's like another million, and another million, and another million. That's really amazing.
So that is actually a very crucial period for young parents to pay attention to, right? Because the impact, I'm imagining it, the impact, since it is very critical, the impact can last for many years to come, even when the child, has developed as an adult. What's going on in the early child development stage still has an impact towards adulthood. Am I correct?
Absolutely. So what I learned at Harvard Center on Developing Child, that there are many researches that looks into the health outcomes, psychological state, social skills of the children who were either maltreated at the early age or not. And the evidence show that if the child has been maltreated at the early age, let's say from 0 to 3, he or she will have higher risk of developing cardiovascular diseases, depression, obesity, diabetes. As a teenage, that child might have a higher risk of getting into criminal activities. He or she may have difficulties at learning, because if you don't have what we call higher cognitive function well formed, you will have difficulties at focusing your attention.
Right.
And Lady, there's a very, very simple wisdom coming from Africa. It takes a village to raise a child.
Yes. Yeah, I've heard that too. And I'm from Indonesia, and I've heard that too. Yes, yeah, yeah.
So
yeah,
we
yeah.
all heard that. The problem is that many cultures has forgotten that. So now we raise children very individually. And actually yesterday I read the continuation of this proverb. If the child doesn't experience the kindness of the village, later he will burn that village to feel the warmth.
Okay.
And I think it's amazing explanation what happens if you don't attend to the need of the child. Yeah. Attend with love, attend with care, attend with serve and return responses. The child grows up in an unloving and unresponding environment, and he or she may be, very angry about that. So while preparing for MaMaDu, I talked to many psychologists, child psychologists, and they say, it's amazing. I have preschoolers coming to me with psychological problems. So, where do these problems come from? They come from that early age. Yeah. And once again, I'm not saying that parents, doing bad things just because they want to do that. No, usually they want to do good things. Yes. The question whether they know what is the right thing, if they know how to respond to the child's needs and how to nurture these brains. So MaMaDu is saying, we are here to help. We will advise you. We will advise you with science-proven knowledge, and we will provide you with the knowledge of a village that you can raise your child.
And that's what makes MaMaDu, I think, deserve a lot of attention, because you're trying to help parents to make sure they have information in a very accessible way through their cell phones, right? Definitely. Through text messages. Yeah, we use our phones every day, and then how those parents or people who need the information and should have to be able to access the information, get that in a very, very easy way. And then some, and you hear young parents, sometimes, of course they would like to give the best to their child, but if there are somebody or a community that can sort of help them to become companion, through this journey of raising a young child, how great is that, right? Because sometimes, parenting, even though I'm not yet a parent, but I have siblings, I have friends who are new parents, it can be overwhelming, isn't it? It can be.
It is.
Yeah, and particularly for mothers, giving birth and then getting into motherhood, that's exciting, but this also can be overwhelming too. So there is a whole psychological effect of having a partner in going through this important, very important stage of a child development. Do you agree with that? That this is also not just texting service, but it's also giving a psychological support for young parents who are getting into this new exciting era of their life.
Definitely, it's a beautiful put the way you say it. It's having a partner. Exactly. We want to create a partner, a technological partner with the wisdom content of the village. And we also want to address needs of the parents. Post-natal period is very confusing, and some mothers come well prepared, and some, oh my gosh, they need to learn new things. And you have a crying baby, and you have to, cook food and how to take care of yourself. So we definitely want to provide the content that would be useful not only for a child, but also for a parent. And once again, reacting to what you said, even if you're not a parent yourself now, these messages, this information can also be useful to you, because it's not only about parents raising children, it's about society getting to the next level. So if you know this information and you meet someone who doesn't know that, you can start a conversation. You would know what is happening. You would know what to advise. So I would say that we all need to regain this knowledge and to understand more about the importance of this, early child development. Because in my country, many people know that, the first 3 years are so important. The problem is that we don't know, what's inside that.
All the complexity, within that first 3 years. I mean, that takes science, knowledge, experience, right? And let me just, this will be my last question, even though I hope that, we will have longer time to talk about this. But just for this time, you talk about getting society into the next level. That's great. And let's start that from early childhood development. What is your vision? Because I know you have a bigger vision by launching MaMaDu, launching this technological innovation. But there is a bigger purpose that you would like to serve here, getting society to the next level. Walk me through that.
That's an excellent question. Thank you so much. I think the big vision comes with the understanding that we have enough knowledge and we have technological solutions that can actually help us to break the vicious cycle of poverty, neglect, and abuse and inequality. And World Bank, UNICEF, they all recognize early childhood as the tool to do this. So the big vision is that, in 5 years, we will have the first generation of children who grew up with MaMaDu. They come to school, and the teachers will not see the difference between the child who grew up, in a wealthy family and child who grew up in family facing adversity, because they would be on similar developmental level, because both children will be raised as similarly as possible. It doesn't matter that, of course, you can't have, equality like this, but the gap now is big. So I want to So, thinking about the children, they would not be bullied at school. They would not be called, stupid just because they don't know how to pay attention to teachers saying something. They would be much better in their academic results. They would be much better in, building relationships. They would have a defense mechanism in their brain, not to start using, alcohol and drugs and smoking at their age. So, of course, Ledy, let me be clear. It's not only about tech services. We will start with messages, but we will go to the municipalities, we will go to rural areas, we will talk to social workers and to community leaders, and we will spread the message, and we will say, you have to build the village. You have to, once again, to build a community. So it's just a beginning, and then we will need much more solutions. But I want to solve the causes of the problem, not the outcome, because we can't. What I learned, that if we don't have these foundations built in the right way, we will not be able to solve the outcomes of the problems. Never. It's too expensive, it's too complicated, and it's too late. It's never too late, but it's very, very hard. But if you start at the right age and you help in the right way, you can actually build the the odds is different. The game is different, right? I mean, the landscape is different. So anyway, Marija, thank you so much. I learned a lot just by talking to you for a couple of minutes. I hope, one day we will talk about how you scale MaMaDu, the stories of people that is reached by MaMaDu. I'm sure, a lot of people will benefit from your innovation. Thank you so much for putting this together. Thank you so much for the idea. It's brilliant. I wish you all the success with MaMaDu. I hope one day I can visit Lithuania. You're so welcome. So welcome. As soon as travel come back, I encourage you to come and enjoy Lithuanian summer. Heat is very bearable here.
Yeah, after this pandemic over, I have a lot of plans to visit my friends all around the world.
And I have a plan to visit Indonesia.
Yes, please do. Anyway, Marija, thank you so much for talking to me this time. Talk to you later soon. And please stay healthy. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.